There is a scene in Silent Hill 2 that still scares the crap out of me to this day. So there is a scene in Silent Hill 2 in the original game that still scares me to this day. I don't know what it is about this scene, guys, but it's just so haunting to watch. And sure, like the remake did their own version of it, but I think the original is top tier great. So there's a part with James Sunderland that he comes to Silent Hill to look for his dead wife that's been dead for 3 years. He meets this woman, her name is Maria. She looks just like Mary, his dead wife. And at some point she gets killed by Pyramid Head. He's devastated. And at some point he ends up running into her again and she's alive. How is she alive? She is behind this like cell and like yeah, it's like a prison cell she's in. And he's talking to her and then we get a cutscene. And she is no longer the person that he knew before. Well, like before when they met, she was like very like lively, she was very like very flirty. She was yeah, she was herself. Like she was pretty very interesting character. But then we see her here and there's something wrong. You know, of course the first thing that's not right is that she's dead. How is she still alive? This makes no sense because he saw a pyramid stab her through the chest. And here, she's mocking James. Like, this is no longer the person he once knew. It's no longer like Maria. This is somebody else he's talking to. And she is suddenly telling him about a story that he had experienced with Mary. Apparently, they had gone to a hotel and they had made some tape together. And he has no idea how she knows that because she's not Mary, she's Maria. And then he even asked her the question, aren't you like Maria? And then she responds, I'm not your Mary. The way she told him in this scene, it gave me chills down my spine. It is so rare for a video game to do that to me, a horror game. This scene here, it scared me. Because the way the camera just gets on her face here, her eyes are like pure black. You can't even see her eyes anymore. And it comes off very threatening, that line. It's such a threatening line. And it's very eerie because it really feels like Silent Hill is speaking through her here. Because again, she was created by Silent Hill to mess with James. And I think that in this moment, she understands like her role to James. She knows that she's supposed to be Mary, or a copy of his wife. And I think she understands her as like role here is to mess with James, to make his life a total hell for what he did to Mary. Because the crazy twist is that he killed his wife. Like, she was sick. This illness had destroyed their as like marriage, and at some point he snapped and he killed her. And so that is why I think Maria was like made by Silent Hill. She was being like used to mess with his head to the point where James is freaking out for him to realize what he did was wrong. He was a murderer. And toward the end of the game, she ends up trying to kill him because she can't like live also with the fact, and it depends on the ending you get, by the way, that she can't like live with the fact that James doesn't want to be with her and all that because she's supposed to be Mary. She is the copy of his wife, what he wants, but he accepts it that he killed her and he can't be with Maria, and this pisses her off. You know what? Like even though how this scene is so terrifying, that it's very scary, you feel so bad for Maria, like you really do, because just imagine that you are made by a cursed town, and you are only there for one purpose, is to mess with some like random guy that somehow you have a connection to but you have no idea. They even do a DLC for the old one. It's called, I think it's called like Born from a Wish. And we see her here, how she is and all that. And you feel really sorry for Maria because it's obvious she's going through something, but you don't know what it is. And like all we know is that she doesn't want to be alive anymore in this area. And I get it, Silent Hill's really dangerous. And she feels so helpless. But then toward the end of the game, she realizes there is someone waiting for her, and that's James. But she doesn't know, though. Again, she doesn't know why she's there in the first place. I think she understands after she gets killed, but the first time she seems very, very confused with what's going on. She doesn't know why she's there. And to me, that's so messed up, man. Like, imagine that you're made again by a cursed town and you have no idea of your existence, why you're here, and then imagine finding out after it's like you die the first time. That's like you're meant to torture some random dude psychologically. That is insane. And I feel really bad for her at the end of the game, man, because she just cannot accept that James doesn't want her because, again, she was only brought for one purpose. And obviously she gets really mad because she wants to be with James. And you just feel so sorry for her there. Like, it's both scary and sad, her character. Man, this game, just the way they did everything. It's so impressive. But, man, Maria, hi, man, you feel so sorry for her. Very tragic character, I will say. Well, it's over today, guys. I'll see you with a brand new video very soon. Peace out.